Ulysses S. Grant, 18th President of the United States, member of the Republican Party. Grant was sworn in 1869 after President Andrew Johnson. Grant was an extremely effective president, contrary to some beliefs that he did not do much. A proper description of Grant would be ahead of the times. For starters, Grant is credited with successfully restoring the Union in the years following the Civil War. Since Grant was president during the Reconstruction era post-Civil War, there was a lot of work to be done. 5 days into Grant's presidency, he signed legislation that cemented the 8-hour workday for federal employees, as well as that their wages may not be reduced. Many of you may think this is a bad thing, but previously federal employees had been expected to work nearly twice as long as that. A year into his presidency, Grant endorsed and ratified the 15th Amendment, which gave black men the right to vote. Grant claimed that this amendment was the most important event that has occurred since the Declaration of Independence. Radical groups, such as the KKK, were obviously not thrilled about this news. As violence ensued, Grant requested for the Department of Justice to be formed. The formation of the Department of Justice led to the intense prosecution of KKK members, with thousands of indictments being given, resulting in a drop in these acts. Grant also sent troops to North Carolina to combat the KKK violence. Grant also signed the Naturalization Act of 1870, allowing people of African descent to become citizens of the U.S. Despite Grant's military heroism, he was actually opposed to violence, which meant that during his presidency, there were 0 wars that occurred involving the United States. This does not exclude events such as the Virginius Affair, where the U.S. almost went to war with Spain. The Virginius was a ship that was sent to Cuba to aid during their rebellion against the Spanish. The Virginius was captured and seen by Spain as a rogue ship, as pirates, and therefore had many of the crewmen executed. This shocked the American people, with many calling for America to go to war with Spain, but that was delayed until after Grant's presidency. The Virginius Affair concluded when Spain returned the ship to America and paid $80,000 in damages, a small price to pay for the 53 men executed. Grant approved and signed legislation in 1870 that made Christmas a federal holiday, and New Year's Day, 4th of July, and Thanksgiving followed. At first, these only applied to federal jobs inside D.C., but this was encouraged to spread in the surrounding areas. Grant was also a fan of women's suffrage and signed a law protecting married women's property from their husband's death. The law also allowed women to sue in D.C. After this, Grant also helped increase the wages of female federal employees by as much as 20%. Grant was also a conservationist who signed an act of Congress which led to the establishment of America's first national park, Yellowstone. Grant's presidency was not without controversy and some instances of corruption, but it is important to highlight many of the good things he did for the country. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel if you would like to see more videos like this one. It helps us decide what topics we should make more videos on.